Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely early morning in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'd like to come to you with something that was spoken unto me this morning, and wanting to put it forth um, because when it was spoken unto me, it has been received, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will put forth what was spoken unto me because I knew that what I heard was what I already knew and believed. But when he say put forth, then it's coming out of and around the realm of who he's speaking to, which is me, and wanted me to put it forth. He says, pray like you never prayed before. Now, when he's saying pray like you never prayed before, he is not talking about people who already think they already got the kingdom wrapped around them. They think that these pages or media, Facebook, Instagram, Hatred, all these things are their way to the kingdom. Because honestly, you all, many of you all don't know, but 99.9 of individuals on here that even if they're saying 10% of what they're reading in these books, they're really thinking they're in there with Yah. And that's what they feel, but the Father knows who's who and what's what. So when he say to me, say unto them, pray like they never prayed before. And this is what he said. Do it not, hear it. Do it not, see it. Do it not, behold the Spirit before them. And what he's saying is, if you are of the light, it is time you pray in a way that you have never prayed before. Being so, you do it not here. You do it not see it. And you behold not the Spirit before you. That means that you're going to make it hard for yourself and your families when you are the light and you are not hearing, you're not seeing, nor are you beholding the Spirit before you. What do you mean by the Spirit before me, Sister Deborah? You're not trying the Spirit by the Spirit. You're not making that Spirit of who you are try the Spirit of others to see. Because this is a technique that the Ruach has given us that is of the Spirit. He's also given us an eye to see it and an ear to hear it. But he said they do not hear it. They do not see it. They do not behold the Spirit before them. That means that you're not using what was given to you, what was invested in you. Because because the world has you bound in a way that it's going to be your suffering, your pain, and your heartache, your stress that you're going to cause on yourselves because you have what it takes, but you're wobbling and choosing to not hear it, not see it, nor behold it, the Spirit. So this is what he gave me this morning. He said, tell them to pray like they never prayed before. Now, when he said that, he knew already what I knew about when he say something like that. No, say that itself, because that was said to me the uh, 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 the year in which my son, my oldest son, committed suicide. He said, Deborah, I need you to. Once he gave me the whole overall that something is about to happen, he said, now go to your parents, your mom and your dad, and you say unto them to pray like they never prayed before. You see? When I went to dad said, oh, yeah, you're right. We need to pray more often. We need to pray more. Mom said, what's about to happen? Because she knew that if I had to come to them and say something about praying and say something about what the Most High Yah says, that you all are to pray like you never prayed before. Now he told me to say that to my parents, and I did. Week later, my son committed suicide. I say committed because when I found him, he was dead. Right now, he was at the age of 15 going on 16. Now he's 43. Okay. So I'm just showing you that he successfully committed suicide. So that mountain that Yeshua went on to show us an example in the flesh, that we too shall go to the mountain of suicide. Know that we don't live on the things of the flesh, the things that's on the outer man, the understanding, the feelings, the emotions of the flesh, the doing, the eyes of the flesh, the ears of the flesh, the understanding of the flesh. See, all that went up to the mountain. But we live on every word that proceed out of the Father's throne. So what happened? When he said to me, uh, was it 30 some years ago? Almost 30 some years, to go to your parents and tell them, like he says to me to tell you, pray like you never prayed before. And he told me to say the same thing to my parents 30 years ago, around about 30, now 28, something like that, years ago. And I went to my parents and I told them what thou said the Most High. And they received it. Like I said, my father said, yeah, I know we need to pray. We all need to pray more. And then my mom said, yeah, but what's about to happen? Because she knows when I have to bring a word to her regarding what the word have said unto me, then there's something's going to back it up. She knew it, but she didn't know where and from where it's going to come. But I knew that it was something that's going to happen. And this is why he was charging me to tell my mother and father. Why? Because my mother and father's son, grandson, which was my son, was the apple of their eyes. He was the first grandson in a large family. So not only my mother and father, but he knew that the father knew that they favored my son, and that he was they all in all. So when the father told me to go to them, and I did exactly what he said, but I procrastinated, y'all. I really did, because he had given me that something was about to happen among my family, but he didn't give me the fullness. You see, and the feeling when he said that, it was heavy. So I say unto you, he said that to me today. He said, tell them. So here I am on YouTube saying to you, pray like you never prayed before. And then he said, they do not hear it. They do not see it. They do not behold it, the Spirit before them. Now, this is what he's given me. You see, so what I am understanding is whatever that is before us, it is something that we all are going to feel. We all are going to see. We all are going to hear. We all are going to behold. But we're going to feel it in a way that we have rejected hearing it. And we reject seeing it. And we reject beholding the Spirit, therefore, before us. So now something is about to take place that require us to pray like we never prayed before. Now, with me back those years ago when he gave me that same statement, it was regarding my son. So I had to go to my parents. But he said, bring it forth. And this is what I explained to you all, that when he's saying it to me, he knows already I understand what he is saying. You see, and I have heard it before. So I'm bringing it to you in a way to inform you. Um, there's some things that's going to actually be taking place sooner than later. Okay. I want to also say unto you, it is said that the world has lied to us for so many years until we are fully embracing the lies than any truth. We prefer to embrace lies than any truth. And what I have found out is, which is something very, very, very powerful. But in the process of being powerful, I said, Father, but that's kind of scary. And this is what it is. As we have a left side, we have a right side. When in the Creator, He set things on two sides. Okay. So we don't embrace it as two sides. We embrace it the way we feel it in our flesh, and not understanding there's two parts to who we are, and that is flesh and that is spirit. There go two sides again. You see what I'm saying? But what we only want to support is the side that we can see and believe, and that is our flesh. So he's saying that the world has lied to Judah for so long, to Judah has become the lie within himself, and he can't seem to. This is the tribe of Judah, to see any truth. Judah never knew that he was the one that the other 11 tribes were looking up to. Judah is the one that the whole world knows hold the power. Judah is the only one who Jacob's children, the wives, the mother of all Jacob's children, even Leah, she only began to praise Yah when she had Judah. See, Judah never understood anything of its purpose here on earth. Never did. And here we are today. The battle is really toward Judah. Because if the other 11 tribes could have, it's too late now, y'all, it's too late. If the other 11 tribes could have seen Judah conduct himself in a way, then they would have something to look up to look forward to. Okay? But the hope rests in Judah, and Judah showed nothing. And Jacob said it. Jacob said it in Genesis chapter 49. And I think it was verse 9 and 10. Judah said he switched it from the old, he switched it from the cub to the lion. And he called it an old lion. So he letting you know, like he said, train up a child in the way that he should go. And when he get old, what is the young one? The child. What is the old? When he get old. See, and that's what people out here as the tribe of Judah never understood. They never understood that they were the four corners of the world. They were the power punch on the earth. They always been. And even to today, they have never been able to even recognize their whole purpose for the earth. Leah never praised Yah. None of the Jacob's wives praised Yah. But when she had Judah, she pulled up. she began to praise the Most High Yah. Only when she had Judah. And Judah today will not teach that thing, won't preach that thing, because spirit and truth is not resting within them to be able to give you the whole matter of Judah. Okay. And even though I see Judah in a way that the heavens has revealed Judah unto me, I still thank the Father for allowing me to be where he created me in Judah. Do I see Judah the worst of the worst? Yes, I do. In a way that seeing that Judah didn't understand, you can be the tail, but in the eyes of Yah, he wanted you to be the head. But you just couldn't be what you could have been. And he knew it, but he always put you forth so that you can put your best foot forward. See, the world never had the power over Judah. They had the power over the 12, the 11 tribe. But Judah, the Father didn't give them that right to have that type of power over Judah. Judah sold his own right. Okay, that's that right to be the power on the four corners of the earth, where your mother's children can see you, which is the 11 tribes, and look to you and say, truly, if Judah can do it, we can too. If Judah could stand firm, so can we. If Judah, why? Because Leah only start worshiping Yah because Yah gave her Judah. See, it goes deep. But if you waiting for a man to teach that thing, you can hang it up and you can hang it down, because they're not coming into that order. Because they like he said, Deborah, if they missed Genesis 1 and 2, they missed the whole book. And I truly believe that from my whole life, I can give it to that which he has spoken to me. I can go to my grave with believing that. And then I also take out what Jacob, the last words of Jacob. Jacob knew his sons, just like Isaac knew Esau and Jacob. And somewhere along the line, I believe Isaac knew. Somewhere along the line, he wanted Esau, but he knew that Yah was giving the blessing to Jacob. Somewhere in me, I think that Isaac knew that Jacob was not Esau. You see what I'm saying? And I don't think he knew it at the beginning, but once that blessing went through, I believe instant Isaac recognized that the blessing went to where Yah wanted the blessing to rest there in. Okay? So Jacob is forever having his hands in the neck of his enemy, as not Jacob. Jacob said at his deathbed that Judah forever would have his hands in the neck of his enemy. Let's say that again. Jacob said that Judah shall always have his hand in the neck of his enemy. Now, what Judah don't understand today, you really should never have had your hand in the neck of your enemy, because you were the tribe, the child, the son that came out that Yah had already put to lead the other 11 tribes. And the other 11 tribes were to see you. So your hand in the neck of your enemy also shows that you're gonna always try to control or get the mass of your enemy in control with your own hand. You see, with your own hand. And that's, as a prophet today in the wilderness, being taught by the Ruach of the Creator, I see that as I live today. I see it. I'm a living witness to it. That Jacob's hand is always in the neck of his enemy. But see, what Jacob didn't understand, you didn't need to put your hands or have your hands in the neck of your enemy. Why? Because you were already the power punch that your enemy envy. if you would have let Yah's will show you that the power were already in you. You didn't need to fight with your hands in the neck of your enemy. It reminds me, let me show you an example. It reminds me of Jacob's strength to catch a hold of Esau in the womb. It was the strength that he was trying to stop Esau from coming out first. But it wasn't the will, but it's the ideal. He reached for the strength to take a position that Yah did not give him to come out first. Why? Because Yah knew that in the beginning, he always said that the elders should serve the young. And Jacob was trying to come out as the elder. So the father admired the fact that Jacob's strength was to try to withhold Esau. And when Jacob is trying to withhold Esau, he's interfering with what? The will of the father. That the that the elders should serve the young. So you see how out of order Jacob was, even trying to hold the heel of Esau in the womb. When it's just like Jacob said to Judah in Genesis 49. He said to Judah that your hand shall always be in the neck of your enemy. Now I can see if the enemy was going to put his hand in Jacob's neck. Why? Because Jacob is the power punch on the earth. And here we are in the year 2024 and still yet lost with the cause and lost without a cause, not even understanding that. Because to me, when Jacob realized who he was and who he is and who he has always been, then you would think he would wake up to the fact that, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be an example to the world. I'm supposed to be the example to my siblings, the other tribes. What have I done? You see? But Jacob, at his deathbed, called it out. He said, your hand's going to always be in the neck of your enemy. We are not to fight the battle because the battle has already been won. Our enemy has already been taken over and destroyed by the will of the Father. If we would not have had our hands in the neck of the enemy, but our words going up to he that had already had it in control, then we most likely would have been a different place in this day and time, or even into today. Our neck, our hands in the neck of our enemy is even what you see today. We are constantly keep blaming everything on everybody except for owning the mission and the will of the Father for us. Now, the Father's curse, I think, has been set from beginning to the end. That's why he said, you're going to come in curse and you're going to leave out curse. Anything that goes on in between that, it cannot try to counteract or to destroy the curse itself. It is to salute the curse and know that you can still walk in victory right in a place that the world didn't call you into, but the Creator himself. And what you're doing, you're saluting him, saying, okay, this is the will of your will. I salute you. Help me to hold out until the end. Help me. It'll cause you in the situation we're in. We should have been, like he said, pray like never. We should have been praying that the right hand of the Father be revealed to us and show us the light that we can have in our right hand, that we can walk in the darkness of this curse. Instead, we want to fight up against our oppressor in thinking that we're going to get victory. We're going to get reparations. We're We gonna rule, we gonna king, we gonna leader, you gonna treat me right, you gonna do me this, you gonna do me, and this is why it's constantly falling. But with Sister Deborah, I have said something to you all since the day I got on here. I haven't been a person that is heavy on racist, being racist, and a lot of black, but I ain't gonna say black. A lot of melanated people are racist, and they're stuck in what I said a few minutes ago. The lies, they use the lie as their truth, and they build up on it, and they teach all of you on all these platforms instead of revealing the lie and walking in truth and in the hope of what your truth is. They would rather believe the lie and live therein and fight with their hands in the neck of their oppressors as if they're going to gain victory, and they're not. They're going to gain death. Why? Because not only are you fighting, your hands are in the neck of your enemy, you're trying to say to the Most High Yah that I got this. I can handle this. Just as Jacob tried to grab the heel of Esau during the birth process, when they were being, when Esau was coming out. You see, don't do that, Jacob, because Yah got the plan already in the heavens and in the earth. Stand down, let go his heel. See, this is the sort of thing that we don't really grip, so we'll know where we at today. It's a lot of things Sister Deborah can say that many of you all will not grip. So what we do is Jacob is a people that will believe the lie. And what I mean by that, if there's two lanes, they will stand in the lane with the lie. And you might have, if there's 100 people, you would have 98 of them standing in the lane with the lie. And you subject to have two standing in the lane with the truth. Just as example, look at Donald Trump. Look at these melanated people cutting up from the floor up regarding Donald Trump, as if Donald Trump is a god to them or somebody they idol. And they don't understand you ain't doing about idling. You're actually idling. You thinking this man is going to give you something that's going to make it better for you. You're thinking, see how they put their God in someone else? Instead of putting their God in he that's on in the right lane, they put their God in the left lane and they follow the left lane they're in. So this is what he means when he said the world has lied and we have lied to ourselves because we trust in the lie than the truth that's in the right hand lane. We go to the left. And he said this has been existing since the beginning of time. Judah is a people who believe the lie more so than the truth. And he said they are so confused in anything that's righteous because righteous is never going to have a gate that is broad, nowhere near the way. He said, just like the two, left lane, right lane. Right lane is going to have what? The right lane is going to have what? Two. The left lane is going to have what? 98. This is the left lane is going to have 98. The right lane is going to have two. And even in that, spiritually, it's letting you know it matches up with Genesis to Revelation, showing you that the Father said when it comes to him, it's always going to be the least and the less, not the multitude. Okay, so um, we got that. And what he was giving me also was let's go to uh, let's see here. Let me see here where I want to start from. Oh, let me start with Israel, Judah, you and Trump. Anytime that you're rumbling in politics, that means you get in the left lane. Okay? When you get caught up from the flow up in politics, government system, the government mindset, the government way of orchestrating things, you are strictly born of the flesh. Yes, you are the serpent seed. Okay, so a lot of them don't understand. That's why many, just about all the churches, especially the melanated church, the church where we got men that's melanated, that's leading the flock, they bring the world into the place of their worship. But the Father say, Deborah, when they do that, it's actually identifying that they are of the flesh and not of the spirit. They are the serpent seed and not the woman seed, which is the spiritual seed. So this need be. So when he takes me to Revelation chapter 25, this is what he brought before me. 25 and verse 42. He said, even when because I told y'all how funny it was when he first gave me the sower sowing the seed. My thing was, why is this sower sowing these seeds in all the wrong places? Don't he know how to sow? Ain't he a farmer? Ain't he so? What is he doing? What is he doing sowing all those seeds in all the wrong places? I got a problem. And y'all, I cut up until the ruach of the Creator broke that thing in and out of me. And I was like, oh my, yeah. Because it's so much light in what is being said there. It's so much light to where just reading it out of a book, you can't get that light. The Ruach, the true teacher, got to teach you that light. That's why he said, just study to show yourself. Just study to show yourself. See, that's what people never understood. All these books can bring worrisome and worry. You get caught up in all type of spirits of manipulation and deception. But he says, if that's all they have to go on, this need be, meaning it is already written that this is the area in which they shall serve and worship. Let them go in their books, because that's the only way they're going to gain their light. That's the only way they're going to understand their spirit and truth. Now, is their spirit and truth the Most High Yah? No. Is their light the Most High Yah? No. It's flesh gaining, flesh material. Okay? So he's saying that when they go into the area of the things which is of the flesh, then they gain their understanding, their wisdom, their knowledge, their interpretation, their emotions and feelings get wrapped all up in it, and nobody can't tell them nothing. And they on the side of the left. He said, when the sower sowed the seed, oh, Deborah, he knew what he was sowing. And we hear that the seed represents the word. But yet, the sower is sowing seed that has the word planted, but he already know where he's sowing the seed, they're never going to produce. Matter of fact, they're going to die. Because who sowed seeds on the ground so when the sun comes up, scorches? Who sowed seeds in thorns? So when the thorns come up, they destroy the seeds. Who sowed seeds in rocky places? See, this was my question to the Ruach, the true teacher. But when he broke down to me that Deborah, the seeds being sowed is the mission from heaven. For I knew every seed that has been sown on the earth. See, that's what we don't grip that. We think what we say, what we think, what we feel, how we interpret our wisdom and our knowledge outweigh he that created all things. And that's the way we teach people. That's the way we get people to believe us. Is to say it, oh, I'm in there. No, you ain't in there. You out there. I mean, like way out there. Because I had an issue, and this was like 22 years ago, because when I got it and I started to teach it, the sower sowing the seed, and I found all these things in it that wasn't right. And that's what, when you learn to read this book, okay, and you can feel through your own flesh Why? Because you are a student of yourself in the spirit. See, when you ain't learned to be a student, then y'all cannot be a teacher to you as a student. What people have learned, especially in the Christians, they decided to gain what the Christians has taught them, and it never rooted out of them to where now you are a student under the Ruach creator. No, they never got under him. They still stuck under the Christian, and they are the teachers. They took on a leadership and a rulership because they got on these pages and they began to make themselves a teacher, a pastor, a bishop, an evangelist, or a prophet, or a prophetess, or priest, a watchman, or seer, a Maury. They begin to make their own position within themselves. And they never realized you had to sit up under the true teacher, which is the spirit of the creator. They never did that. Because if they did, they'll realize that these books is words that feeds the flesh. But the word comes to feed the spirit. One got to override the other. Y'all can't come into you and teach you all things if you done taught yourself all things and you know it all through your wisdom, your knowledge, and your understanding. And a lot of times it comes with your feelings and your emotion, trying to prove to yourself that you're a righteous, you right, you the real one, you the true one. And then y'all say, let them go on, let them go on over there and do them, do you, do you. Okay, and then it's on this side where when the Ruach comes, he's teaching you. He should feel freely. Like I tell y'all, he teaches me every day, throughout the day. That's when you have accepted him and you let him teach you freely because greater is he. When he great like that in you, you just stand down and let him do the teaching. And you be the hearer. You be the student. I am a student of the Ruach HaKodesh. Okay? Now, when he sowed the seed, he showed Sister Deborah through the teaching of his spirit is that the seeds were created as unto a parable in how it is in the heaven, so as it is on the earth. That's what the prayer was. Let it be on the earth as it is in the heaven. So a lot of people quote that prayer and not understanding the power of what heaven's already orchestrated and created. Because no one wants to take the heavenly level, they want to take the earthly way. And this is how they get caught up in the trap and the manipulation of books because they didn't understand and they don't understand. Let me give you an example. This Bible, the Bible, the 1611, and all the other books that they say they took out of here, all the other books that everybody is buying over Amazon, would you think that those are spiritual or are they flesh? When heaven and earth be destroyed, would you line those books in the earth or the heaven? Come on now. Anything on the outer of who you are is for the flesh. Anything that rests within the inner of who you are is of the spirit. That's why he said, I will abide in you and you in me. Because that becomes private, secret, holy. Is when you allow your understanding to reach a level to know that he is really as great as he said he would be in me than me myself. People can't get their glory. They can't get their praise. They can't get their likes and their subscribers if they claim it the way Sister Deborah claims it, as the Ruach being the true teacher. You see, they can't do that because if they do that, then he would teach them the things they're not willing to teach because they're busy telling you 95% of the world and maybe 5 to 10% of what they read from all the books. And with them both, they on the warm side. They have taken the side of the left, trying to paint the picture that they really on the right. But I love that the Father knows it all. Let's go there. Matthew's chapter 25 and verse 32. I noticed that the Son of Man, he comes like he comes all the time, like he came before. The Son of Man was Judah. The Son of Man was Judah, and he came to those that were lost in Judah. What you mean, Deborah? Well, Judah has been lost for quite a long time. He still have not seen the mission of the Son of Man coming down his tribe. He missed it. How did he miss it? That's why you see our men can't get in line with the Son of Man. They don't want to get behind the Son of Man. They want to get behind Torah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Solomon, the ways that they conduct themselves in the flesh. They get behind that. But if you tell them you're not supposed to be behind them, you're not supposed to be mimicking them. You're supposed to be getting behind the Son of Man. He's the Lion of Judah. Why ain't you behind him? Why can't you come behind Judah, the lion? Come on, get with. Hey, you all this. You want to be the lion, and you don't. Why ain't your butt behind the Lion of Judah? Because you so busy being behind the flesh of man in the old. To really what has happened and the why things are the way it is today is because the forefathers of yesterday. You see? And this is what our men are doing today. They're so in tune with yesterday. They want to hammer in your head that we need to get back to yesterday because to yesterday is where they got away with everything. And that's why you where you at today. It's because of things they did yesterday. Mentally, you can see that that's something's wrong with Judah when he can't comprehend that. Then I go right back to Jacob. Jacob, wake up, Jacob. You said Judah wasn't going to get up. I salute the fact that Jacob already had announced it. And because people are walking in their own self understanding and their own emotions, their feelings, their wisdom, and their knowledge, and they just making the world believe what they say. And it's not even the world, it's still lost people who looking for a light. And if you're waiting for these platforms, especially YouTube, to give you the light, you can hang it up. Only one can give you the light is he that is greater in you than he that is in the world. And in the world is YouTube, Facebook, and all these other Twitter, all these other places telling you we are the light, we are the light, we are truth. Don't go after them. That's what he was meaning. A lot of you all thought that there's a person gonna come and everybody gonna say that's him, that's the Messiah, or that's Jesus, and everybody's gonna go after. No, the YouTube did it without anybody going after them in the desert or far out. They went after them right on these platforms and took them and sat and been for years in the midst of them. And they have never given you the food for the right side. They've given you the food on the left. Okay? So with the soul sowing the seeds, I felt so good years ago, it being broke down to me because I say it's beautiful. I look at how the parables are set, and I look at how the word, the words are printed out. And then when the word comes to reveal it to me, I'm like, oh, I love this. I love this. But I can't love or fall in love with anything that I see. And when I say fall in love, I can't really like anything until the Ruach comes and reveal that thing unto me for really what it is. Let's go there. Matthew chapter 25 and 32. And it reads, and this is Yeshua. Yeshua never, like the Father said to me, he said, Deborah, who told you was a Christian? I was like, nobody. See, I ain't got time to blame nobody. I can't blame the Christians. I can't. The what he has invested in me don't give me the just reason to blame Christians, Gentiles, heathens, no one. He has invested too much in me to blame everything out there when he has shown me everything in here that started in the kingdom. Okay, so that's why Sister Deborah is not too heavy on following politics and Christians and black and white. Is because when Yah shows you spirit and truth of the whole matter, you ain't got no business still wobbling in he say she say, black and white, and all these things that bring division and corruption and hate and war. Okay, among the flesh, because you're gonna get that either way it go, but you ushering in, and this is why it's coming at the pace that it is coming, is because everyone think it's a game, and they think they mouth. They don't understand your mouth as a sword of your flesh can deceive the mass, and you are thinking that it's all about you getting a check at the end of the month because you got likes and subscribers and they praising you. It's more about the fame. People who are caught up in the fame and caught up in the fame that gives them finances, or they inherits a gift on the earth, which is finances. These are the people that are born of the flesh. Okay? You have to understand these are the serpent seed that comes to appear to be the light. See, and it's telling you so many scriptures revealing it to you. But like he said, tell them they better pray like they never prayed before, because this year is a year that you're going to see what you have portrayed to pretend and to act and to lie and deceive people. Now all of this is going to hit home. Okay, so when I get to Matthew chapter 24, oh, something else. I noticed that I cannot, like the Father said to me years ago, he said, Deborah, who told you was a Christian? And I told him nobody. I just claimed to be a Christian. He said, I didn't tell you that though. And you know what? I had to admit, y'all, the creator who been teaching me since I was a little girl ain't never told me I was a Christian. He ain't never told me I was a Christian. When he said that to me, I was like, no, you didn't tell me that. He said, well, who told you? Because he want me to verbally say, well, who told you you was a Christian? And you know why he's saying that? Because I had another battle, y'all. I had a real bad battle. I had a real battle. And he brought that old battle right back to me. He said, remember when you asked me, why isn't the Christian expound in Torah? Why isn't it said how you spoke back in the old? Why didn't you see him saying Christian then? And he used that against me to show me, to teach me, not against me, but to teach me. He said, remember you said, where is it that instructions and direction is saying that the Son of Man spoke of Christians? He said, did Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob speak of it? Because that's what I said to the Father. I said, I didn't hear Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I didn't hear David say anything about Christian. I didn't hear you in the old in Torah say anything about Christian. I didn't hear Yeshua say anything about Christian. Wait a minute, I ain't heard the apostle say anything about Christian. That's what I said. I should say that all the time, y'all. And that's what he was using. He was saying, remember, you question it all the time. But yet you still say that you're a Christian. And then he said, who told you you were? And I told him nobody. See, you got to own that thing. You don't go finding the Christians, they said, they did it, they did it, they did. No, own that thing. Own that thing. I've been going into the Christian church since I was a little girl. Begging mama to let me go with the neighbors to church. Always did. Never finding room to blame someone for telling me I'm a Christian because they didn't tell me that. Nor did I wasn't a good reader, nor did I get it out of the book. It was something in me that says, where is this word coming from? What is this thing about Christians? You see? And then he said to me, the reason why I asked you that because you are not a Christian. I said, I'm not. He said, no, you're not. Did I tell you you were? And what he was saying when he said, did I tell you? He knew that the relationship between him and I and him was so rooted in me that if he told me from the inside, I would know that I am. And that's what he was saying. I never told you that from the inside, that you were a Christian. You took on it on the outside. See, this is the difference in what I'm trying to get you all to understand, that these books and all this crap on the outside can't compare to the understanding of he that's on the inside, nor the teaching. All those years I'm taking on Christian. And he that's in me saying, wait a minute, hold up. But who told you you were? Did I ever teach you that? In a sense, did I ever come to you in the inside and tell you, oh, Deborah, you're a Christian? He said, never say that you're a Christian. You are not a Christian. Okay? So, but he had to teach me that not out of the books, but out of where he abide in me. Praise the mighty God. Because based on even the books that I was reading, I was pretty much getting it from what I was hearing and what I was seeing and reading. I thank the Father that him being the teacher of all things is greater than any book on the face of this earth. Any loudmouth woman or loudmouth man, ugly mouths, because that's exactly what it is. Trying to convince people, not in righteous, but in unrighteous, so that they can feel content in what they have lied about. And that's one thing I can tell you about. There are so many melanated men that have started off one way in this new awakening, and they have flipped the whole script. And you know why? It's because the same thing Sister Deborah's been saying. They've been in the books, and then these guys, they knew Hebrew, Greek, they knew all the lost books and the found books. Now they are dipping into a whole different books now, y'all. See? That's what Solomon was saying, son. Don't get caught up in the books, because they does something to the flesh of man. Never did he say to the spirit. It does something to the outer man. And it's such a heavy destruction, how would I say, destruction, that they can't see truth out of outside of a book. They only see truth from what they can believe and what they can see and what they can hear. And it's not in the spirit realm, it's in the flesh realm. These things is the only way, these is the only way they can really grip something. So let's hear this here. So when I see Yeshua sending the Son of Man pouring out everything for us that wants to walk in the Ruach, this is what Yeshua come to do. He come to tell Judah first and foremost, and Judah still don't get it, and not going to. It's too late. But he come to show us the light and how to walk therein, so that we can have a relationship with his Father. And we reject. We want relationship based on what we can see, read, and hear out of a loudmouth woman and a loudmouth man's mouth. We don't want the unseen truth. We want the seen truth, to prove that we are righteous, to prove that we are right. Are we in there? But the greater teacher is not the one that can be seen, but the one that is unseen. So you're sure you won't ever read in your instructions in your direction where no one is actually telling you that anything comes from the books. Even with Yeshua, his example told you, man don't live on bread alone. You know what he was speaking of? The flesh. But every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yah. So how do we get tangled up in the words versus the word? It's when we are in the flesh, and the flesh receives the words. And we have no relationship with the Creator, who is the Word. So you won't hear Yeshua speaking of all the things that man has received and accepted in the flesh. And what has happened is, I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to first cover this here. So many things that the world, Satan, seed, and the flesh of man has taught and showed and revealed to us. We believe what we see. We believe what they say in our natural ears, and we hear. But we don't see what's going on this right side. We so busy looking at on the left and say, oh, I see it. Oh, I heard about that too. Oh, I see it. Oh, I heard, I read it. And according to read it, you have to see it to read it. This is what people are living on. The things is which is seen, determined to them righteous, versus the seen things that is unseen, but yet is believed, is within, and it works on who we are on the outside. But we will not give up he that is greater in us. For every book is on the outside of us, because all the books are going to counteract the teacher that is within us. See, he's not coming. See, listen to this, you guys. When he said that he would come, he would be a comforter. He would be a teacher, and teach you all things. He will reveal things to you. He will show you things to come. What he's saying, I want to be it all. And when I come to be it all, everything on the outer man has to stand down. And let me be the all in all that I am, because I am he that is over the outside as well as the inside. But I can't teach you from the outside, because the outside is your flesh. I can come and abide in your spirit, and my spirit abide in yours, and yours abide in me. But if you all telling me the only way you're going to grip me is from the left-hand side, it's best that you go on the left. See ya. And that's what you see. And that's why he said, very few shall do what? And this is the mystery. Find. See, this thing you have to find. It ain't something that's finding you. This is something that you have to find. It ain't something that's finding you. And if you have not found it in the year 2024, it's because you ain't it. You just clowning. Faking it till you make it. Just as many Christian churches, and how the Catholic is hiding behind the Christian with all this wicked and evil. And now the Catholic is not even using the Christians to hide behind now, because this is their what? D-A-Y that the Father has given them. Proverbs 16 and verse 4. So they ain't got no problem. They ain't got no reason to be hiding. There's no hiding. That's why you see so much stuff is going on. All the wicked at its highest. That's why he say, pull up with prayer like you never, because it's coming to your door. Okay? So, I like the idea that Yeshua, the Son of Man, Judah, came to give Judah some insight of what is spirit and truth. And Judah never got behind and mimicked and walked in the footprints of Yeshua, the Son of Man. And they sitting here today like they kings, leaders, and lions. How can you be the lion of Judah and you never got behind Judah, the lion himself, which is Yeshua, and walked in his footprints and mimicked him? He came to show us how to grip the hem of the Father's garment. And we reject it as we reject him. But we living now in a world in the four corners of the earth and has never, ever, ever followed the Lion of Judah. That's what is sad. That is horribly sad. So listen to this. When I get to Matthew chapter 25, I see something very powerful, and it says, Matthew 25 and verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations. Now, what are we coming up on when he said all nations? See, what people don't understand, Yeshua is coming, okay? And he's going to gather all nations. Everything is going to have to give up all spirits of each and every last one. We can't be gathered in the flesh, y'all. You see? We can't be gathered in the flesh. It's what you held in the spirit dictate where your destiny for eternal. See, a lot of people don't know that. 99 point infinity don't know that. That's why he said, very few shall find. Find what? Spirit and truth of the whole matter. Very few ever going to find it. This is something that just can't be found. I know they teaching it like they are the one, but this thing can't just be found, and they just don't know it. And even if they think they know it, they don't know it. So here he's saying in Matthew 25 and verse 32, and before him shall be gathered all nations. What does he say? Now the Son of Man, Yeshua, he's now Yeshua. He's going to gather all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided the sheep from the goats. Now, there we go again with what I tried to explain to you about how heaven orchestrated everything. The Lamb Book of Life is one. And everybody that's in the Lamb Book of Life is looked at in the eyes of the Creator as one. So when you see here in Matthew 25 and verse 32, you see he divide his sheep, Sheep. He didn't have an S to it because the power of the Creator is not separating us as individuals. He's separating us as one in him. Praise the mighty Yah. Even Yeshua is going to be consist of one in the shepherd of the Father. In one. Okay? So I want you all to understand when you're looking at what is being said at Matthew chapter 24, 5. This is Yeshua showing you what the heaven is like unto. But Judah, men and women, reject anything coming from out of the mouth of Yeshua in a way that we may follow him as he followed the will of the Father. And that's what happened to Judah. He never followed the will of the Father because he never followed the Son. They all claim, the Son is, the Son that. They didn't even know the Son in the oneness coming down in two as one. They never knew anything about him. Because if they knew it, they would have known the power that rests therein it all. You see? So they never knew the power. They never knew. And even to today, they still don't know. So it's very the way the Father had locked the books up in heaven, and no man, not even the Son of Man, knoweth what the Father has locked everything in and everything out, and that was his will. Okay, so he says here in verse 33, I notice he separate his sheep and his singular as one from the goats. The goats are many. That matches the Lamb Book of Life, which is one, and the books to the lake of fire, which is with an S, which means many. Same way he mentioned goats and sheep. So what did Sister Deborah explain to you? There's a right side and there's a left side. And no matter what nobody teach on this devil platform and how they preach and how it sound righteous and good to you, it don't matter. because you either created to walk in the way of the left, which is the goats, or you created to walk in the way of the right, which is the sheep. And this is the part that Judah does not understand, that there's two power punches there that is in the will of the Father, the permissive will and the righteous will. They don't understand that. They don't understand the seed of the serpent and the spirit of the seed of the woman. They don't understand none of it. They don't understand that the woman's seed does not mean just the Messiah, the Son of Man. No, you got to bend up and you got to bend down. Those were those that was coming down to represent, like the sons of Yah. They are those that came down to represent Yah. You see, they missed it because they missed Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. And his first example was Cain and Abel. Adam and Eve did not know each other and brought forth a man child, Abel. Abel came out of the spirit realm. And this is why we can't see the power of the Father like we should, because we believe in what we see and believe and not understand that man itself has smeared everything up and down, and we take what man says and believe it without letting the Spirit teach us first and foremost, that we may believe that which is unseen. Okay, so here you see in Matthew chapter 25, you see he separated the sheep from the goat. Verse 33, and he shall set the sheep on his side. He should set the sheep on his right. There go that right side, y'all. But the goats on the left. See, it's everything that the Father has taught us from Genesis 1 and 1 has always separated everything. He even showed you how that it was all darkness upon the deep. And he said, let there be light. There go the twos. Why? Because he was bringing forth to give to you and I a difference in between dark and light. See, we don't see him with this power that he is consist of, because we think we got the power. Like Jacob think he has, no, not Jacob, like Judah think he has the power to have his hands in the neck of his enemy. And Jacob think that he had the power to hold on Esau here with his strength. See, a lot of things is messed up from the floor, because if Jacob would have used that power to hold back Esau and he come first, then Esau would be the one. But that would be out of the order and the will of the Father. Jacob wasn't supposed to come first. He was supposed to come second. But to see the power of Jacob is trying to take the position. He even gave Esau a meal to what? To steal his birthright. You see, so there's a lot of conniving, and that's who Judah is. It's a lot of things going on with Judah that he hasn't recognized about himself. But until we recognize who we are in Yah and in his son, that his son as the Lion of Judah, then we are still yet out here, lost with the cause and without. So go clam and crawl in your books, because it'll never take you where I can tell you or I can show you. Not show you, but I can speak it with the power that rests within. Okay, so you see here, he's telling you in verse 33, Matthew 25 and 33, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand, come ye blessed of the Father. Notice the king. The Lion is Judah, was the Son of Man. He's the king. And these men today are calling themselves the Lion. You know what I love is when you see a video, or you see someone has something where they start off with the lion and he roar, just big old flush I love it. I love the whole idea of the sound of the lion. It does something to me because it goes back into that spiritual realm of what the Son of Man came to do. He came with the roaring and the voice of that lion, and the lion being the king was supposed to stand for that. Okay? Why? Because he was sent down here by the Creator, the Father, to represent something so powerful in a people. Judah never knew that that was him, even to today. That's why they're killing each other, killing their women. They got the highest level of perpetual hate among their women. And we're sitting here talking about the white people hating us and can't see that your own tribe of Judah is hating one another and showing it, revealing it to the world. If you look at everything that's going on, and I sit back and I see, how did I get in this category? I was in a different category on YouTube. How did they put me in this one? I think because I kept closing my account. One time I closed it longer than a year. Then I came back, and every time I come back, I end up in this particular and only this particular setting of uh, melanated people, the tribe of Judah, and pastors and bishops. But all you see is the people from your tribe. So therefore, your message won't get out as far as it could to make a difference to the heathens and the Gentiles, to the Russians, to the China. They leave you all in a certain corner. And a lot of you all running around here thinking you famous and baby, let me tell you something. You ain't nobody but in your flesh, mind. Until you have the ruach in you that's teaching you from that angle, you ain't nobody but who you are to yourself, your flesh. So what I'm saying is, all of this here stuff, this tribe never knew, never gripped it, because they constantly fighting one another, destroying one another. I sit back and watch how the power that beats on this earth has caused all the melanated people to go after each other. Big time. And it's all about their darkness. They're allowing the whole world to see all their darkness, all that hidden darkness that they pushed them out in. And now they out here with all this darkness against each other. And this is what the world is seeing. They don't see you to be the true Jews. They don't see you to be the people of Yah. They don't see you to be the Lion of Judah. Jacob told you, your hand's going to be in the neck of your enemy. You fighting a losing battle because you out of the order, as Jacob was out of the order, gripping the heel of Esau. See, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. And it ain't meant for you to get. That's why he said the gate that's narrow, he said, and very few shall find. Because it's not here to make you think it's offered to you. Heaven's already got you either in the books to the lake of fire or in the book. Which one are you? Just because you're on this devil platform don't make you in there. It make you out of there if you're not led by the teacher of all things from the inside out. You can't teach the outside to a creator that's on the inside. You can't make the outside of what everybody has said and writing up books and everybody's doing and teaching and bring it to the ruach of the creator. You can't do that. He's not here to teach us the books in which we trust in the flesh, and what we see and believe, and what we hear people teaching and believe. He comes to teach you the unbelievable, that which you cannot see, but yet believe. And let me give you an example. I can be reading, and I told y'all over and over and over, I can go into one verse and can't get out. Why is it Sister Deborah can go into a verse and can't find her way out? Now one of you all can tell me, even though I've spoken over and over and over. You know why Sister Deborah can't go into one verse and pull out? Because when I can read what this book is saying into one verse, let's go there. Let me show you an example. Let's go back to, let's go on to the next verse, which is 34. We in Matthew 25 in verse 34. And it reads, Matthew 25 and verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them of on his right, come ye blessed of my father. See right there, I would have to stop. I would have to stop to break down the fact that the Son of Man, which is the King, is separate from the Father, the creator of all things. He identified himself here, which he's done throughout the book. But Judah would be the last one on the total pole. They get it. Because Judah forever following his emotions and his feelings and his own interpretation and his own wisdom, his own understanding. Because there's one thing that Judah could understand, and that is the line of Judah, which is the king, the Son of Man, Yeshua. When he came to be an example to you, Judah. That's why he came out of your tribe. And why is it you the only one that don't grip him? And he was meant for you. He was coming to get the lost. How did they get lost? Because when y'all son, the sons of men, and he is down, they got lost. They got lost. They lost their way. Why? Because Satan was here and he was deceiving the whole world. So we get lost. We got lost. But what brought us back is when the Ruach come back. After the Son showed us how to walk as he is, he was, and he shall always be toward the Father. And then the Father will come and seal us and adopt us back into the fold. See, Judah missed it. They don't really understand the whole purpose of the lion, the king coming out of the tribe of Judah. Even to today, that alone should make them feel proud of the lion of Judah, the king, the true king. No, they're so busy trying to be the king, the ruler, the leader. They're so busy trying to get people submissive under them to where they can't take on what the Lion of Judah took on and even gave his life just for them. And look where they at today, mind-wise, spirit-wise, flesh-wise. Never found their way where the lion, the king, come from. Now, where did the king come from? Here it is. Matthew 25 and 34. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand. Here they are on this right hand. Come, ye blessed. See, blessed of my Father. He letting you know. You are blessed because of my Father, y'all. You're not blessed because of me. You are blessed of my Father. You're not blessed because of me. I'm the king of the line of Judah. I came down the bloodline of Judah. They didn't even see me. They didn't even recognize me. Right today, Judah is mimicking every flesh of a man, every book on this earth, every flesh of a man, and everything that says David, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Solomon. Everything that these men in the biblical words, everything they did in their flesh, that's what you see the men mimicking. They're not getting behind the line of Judah. They're not getting behind the king. Because if they got behind the king, guess what? They'll be walking behind the Father. Just as the line of Judah, Yeshua, did just that. Everything he did, he always let you know. Come on, y'all. This is about the Father. It's about the Father. It's the Father, 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 Father. What man tells you that today in the tribe of Judah? You won't find one. They letting their woman's nose. They got that woman's nose up in their rear end, letting her tell them and not seeking the Lion of Judah as a leader, a guide, a teacher, a revealer. They got their nose up in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They got their nose up in David life, Solomon life. Why? Because the ways of the flesh is what they're mimicking. They want no part in the Lion of Judah, the king. They just got y'all bent up and bent down to believe that they represent a creator. You can't represent the creator until you learn how to follow the king. And that's what they cannot do because it's not in them. Okay? So here in verse 34, it says, then, Matthew 25 and 34, then shall the king say unto them on the right hand are those that are righteous. And in the right hand, come ye blessed. Blessed mean heaven already got you wrote in. You already counted in. Of the Father. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. This prophet has been teaching and preaching that to you all. What took place before the foundation of the world. You won't get no pastor, no teacher, no evangelist, no prophet, no prophetess, no bishop, no priest, no pastor, no apostle, Maureen, no watchman, no seer. You would never get them to teach you spirit and truth on that level right there. Because they can't touch that hem of that garment of the Father. He won't even let them touch his garment because it's over. He's not going to let them grip the hem of his garment. When I go into prayer, it used to be all the time, years ago, I used to go into prayer picturing on my knees, praying with my hands gripping his garment. I'm down at his feet, just gripping his garment. That's how I trust. That's how I believed in him. That's how I felt him. That's how I saw him. That's how I needed him. I didn't need him in the bosom of my flesh. I didn't need him in the understanding of no book. I need him in an unseen way. Why? Because that unseen power can deliver you in any and everything. It don't need to have to know what the situation is. It is unseen to come to conquer what it has the power to do. And that's what we missed. And that's what we're going to continue to miss. That's why he said you better pray like you prayed, like you never prayed. And that is not. Pray like you never prayed is not a word just being said. It's a power of some sort of warning. You're going to get what you ask for. You better pray like you never prayed before. So as we see Matthew chapter 25, verse 24, and he said, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Now see there? Before the foundation of the world, these things was already created for you, regarding you. That's why I tell you, ain't nobody can come down here with no word. You can't bring no books down here and think that you're going to make me believe what all these books, and they done went through hand after hand of the flesh of man, and I'm going to override the creator who lives in me so greatly. For those books on the outside, you's alive from a deep hole called a pit of hell. Beyond the pit of hell, the lake of fire. And this is what they're winning you all with. Now, I'm getting ready to end, but I'm going to show you this. It's a lot of things going on amongst Judah, and it's horrible. It is horrible. It is sad, but it's horrible. And it's a way that nobody can do nothing with it. It's over. And it's getting worse and worse. And the key to it is what people are getting away is that it is allowed to continue in what it's in, because it's going to allow people exactly what they keep running their mouth to. Y'all finna allow it to manifest straight out of their mouths, that which they continue to teach people. That's why when people are saying, when this one said that long time, no. The word of God, when it comes, it ain't coming to tell you that this person said it. It's coming to give you the real truth of the matter. Okay? And a lot of people are studying this book and mastering the book prophecies. And in the book prophecies, they can sit up and sit down and rewrite the prophecies in an order where they can land it and speak it. But what the Father said is, what about today? Huh, come on now. If I didn't prophesy things, I didn't come that the things that was going to be prophesied to come to be manifest. And no, like just like me saying something, and then I turn around and told you, see, everybody said, see, you said that this year. No, it ain't that you said it. The Spirit of the Most High had already said it. Just like I'm saying to you, he said, pray like you never prayed before. You might not understand it in the spirit realm in which it is spoken, but just hold on. You'll understand it in this year of 2024. Now watch this. I heard someone talking, not someone, people all over talking about the mall, I think it was in Miami, Florida, and how all these policemen were out here and how giants were in the mall. They were aliens, okay? Giant aliens were in the mall. And then I listened to them. I said, when I wonder, um, can you see them? Why ain't nobody expounding on anything? Then you have this one man explaining to what they said they saw. And I'm going to show you exactly the way he said this thing. They said, look, I'm going to show you exactly it. You can buy these things, okay? You can pay it. You're going to probably pay a couple of thousand for them, but you can buy these things. And it's like a remote control car, okay? The sad thing is about it, you get a remote control and you can control it, and you can get to turn up the speaker and the voice and you know what I'm saying? So this is what, when he telling me what it looked like, I'm strolling through my Facebook, and all of a sudden, here this thing is, and it says, this is what this man said it looked like. Here it is right here. So I've seen this too many times in movies. I've seen it too many times in movies. How did it get to the Miami, Florida? The Father said, Deborah, since the world is catering to Satan on the left, just like I was explaining here in Matthew 25, where Yeshua is telling you what's going on the left and what's going on the right. The sheep is being prepared. They are the righteous one. And the goats are being prepared on the left. Well, the Father is saying that today. He said, since the world feel that they have conquered the majority on the left, and they're still expounding on the things that they think they read and believe, they trying, it's called witchcraft and sorcery at its highest. Why is it at its highest, Deborah, in this DAY? Because Proverbs 16:4 said he's given this DAY to what? Wicked and evil. And what is wicked and evil cranking up? Wicked and evil is cranking up all kind of things, okay, to make one take their sides in what is actually happening. And I sit back as a prophetess in the wilderness, and I am in the wilderness being taught by Yah. That means if there is these things that is coming and it's actually taking place, I will be the first one that he will let know. Even though I might not say it to you, and I might say it, most likely I will. But if the spirit of the Ruach that teach me from the wilderness have not revealed these things to me, then it's no reason for me to sit here and crankle with the world and all these books and said that, oh, here it is today. He told me something that I blew my mind. But first and foremost, I'm going to show you what these people were seeing. This is what they saw. And if you go to the internet, you can see this is how they describe. Look at they don't have any paws. They don't have what you call hands or paws. They have like nubs. you all these things been in movies. This one here is a man that bought one, and he was trying to tease his dog, scare his dog, and his dog wasn't going for it because his dog probably know all his tricks of his trade, and his dog wasn't going for it. But here, this is one of them right here. And if you go back to that mall and you see the things that they have, I don't know if you can see that really good. This is the one they saw. Talking about aliens. You see, there go the dog on the. Let me see if you can see it another way. No, this is the best I can. There go the head, and there go the see the nubs on the feet, the foot or the legs or the or whatever, the feet, the foot. You have to see. Let me see if I can bring it a little smaller so you can see it. There, let me bring it a little smaller. There it is. Go back and see that Miami mall, and you see these things. This is what you see running around. This man bought it. There, his dog on the floor on the ground. He's doing a video showing you how his dog wasn't even afraid of it. So see what happened. The father say, since they want fallen angels, since they want giants, since they want aliens, they didn't know that they are going to get an opportunity to live and die in the witchcraft and sorcery in which there are cranking up on the left side. These are the people on the left. These on the right is only waiting for the prophecies of the Father. They know that Revelation already got it wrote in and wrote out. Everything Revelation is saying, nothing he's saying that he's bringing it from above. He's using, y'all don't get it, do you? He's using the bottomless pit for the destruction and the wrath that is prophesied in Revelation. So I said to the Father, well, what's going on over here on the left side? The left side is cranking up witchcraft and sorcery. And Satan and his team at the highest, it's going to bring out things that they created themselves. You see? But they are not the power, or they're not going to have the authority. They're not going to be able to do nothing but frighten those that are on the left. Because he that is on the right, we looking at the revelation prophecies. We keeping our eyes on the revelation of the Most High Yah. And then you got these fools on this end reading books, telling us about all these demonic and all. We have given Satan and spirits so much power and authority, and Satan sitting around saying, I know I ain't got all that. Shoot. That's what he was trying to get in heaven. Here is it, man on earth giving him all that power. He know he ain't getting up. He know he ain't got that power. Because when the Father come to chain him up, he's sending one angel down to chain and muzzle his mouth and put a seal on Satan. One chain, one angel, and one seal to handle Satan. So what's all these things that's on the earth? Where all this power coming from that Yah did not prophesy about? All the books has. All the books. And this is what the world is mimicking. The books. The world is taking the books and making them lie in the eyes of the flesh of those who are geared to what they see and believe. You see? And then the Father is over here cutting up from the floor, bringing all kind of creatures up out of the earth. We ain't paying no attention to that. Out of the sea. Wait a minute. Hold on, Father, Yah. Hold up. No, Deborah. They ain't concerned about that. They want to follow Enoch and all other books is telling them fallen angels and giants and aliens. Okay. Y'all cranking up Satanism powers. You're playing witchcraft and sorcery. You're diving into the darkness of the wicked. He said, I'll tell you what. Since I gave this day to evil and wicked and evil, I gave y'all this DAY. Go for it. Go for it. And none of it is going to come none of it is going to come forth. Only the power of man's hands is going to come forth. And that's going to come to kill, steal, and destroy you. That's it. And that's it. But they got you thinking that if you read all these books, it'll tell you. Why is all these books talking all about demonic, fallen angels, monsters and creatures, giants, aliens? Because you feed into it. And Judah, I always knew, was the weak of the weakest link when he was created and told that he was the one that all his brothers supposed to look up to. Judah ain't got nothing about it except to look up to. Nothing. Nothing. And a lot of people don't even understand the 144. And the father said, don't go explaining nothing to these people. They that far gone. They have claimed their idol God through their idol books. Let them swing to the books. They won't answer, go to the books. See if it bring you deliverance. See if it bring you salvation. See if the books save you from all these demonic things that's taking place. It didn't even say it in Genesis chapter 6. It didn't tell you about giants and aliens and fallen angels. You won't find one word that's telling you that even in the book that has outlived all books, and men are seeking in it today as their religion, as they believe, and that they trust in. It didn't say that. It says the sons of Yah. And man said, no, the fallen angels. Sons of Yah is not the fallen angels. Where are you getting this from? Because man turned everything that Yah turned straight, they turned crooked. And Yah said, Deborah, it need be. Let it be. Let this go like they want. When you get into where he's going to release Satan, and Satan gonna come before the throne, and he's gonna tell Satan, now I want you to go over there with God and Mega, and I want you to convince them to come to the battlefield. Wait a minute, hold up. Are these men, or are these aliens, or these fallen angels, or these giants? Come on now. Where along the line do you hear Revelation telling you that fallen angels, aliens, and giants? When you go into Revelation, you see the power of the creation of Yah. Throwing up and throwing out, bringing all kind of things up out of the sea, up out of the ground, up from the bottomless pit. And y'all over here with y'all horse, lying mouth, bringing all of Satan's down to the earth, like he's sitting up on high. When he say principality in high places, it does not mean they are high and in places. They mean positions. See how I'm talking about? This is why you can't take the word of the Bible and read it at face value in the flesh and think you got the spirit and truth of the whole matter. No, you have to wait for the Ruach to break that thing down in you. Even the whole armor. You hear these fools still talking about it. Put on the whole armor, fools. Sit down, clowns. You ain't learned what the whole armor is. The whole armor is nothing to do with your flesh. That your fleshly mind can get up in the morning and say, let me put on the whole armor. See how crazy that mind is? The whole armor has never been flesh. It has never been something that you in the flesh can put on. It's what the spirit of who you are that trusts in the armor itself of Yah. We got to pray for that armor to be put on to keep us. But they would skid on this. This is where people, I tell you, they say they're not in the Christian, but they are under a lot of what they believe, and at the same time talk against the Christian. Don't even understand. Your whole idea of life is rooted in Christian. Up and down. Because you still talk, understand, try to teach this thing like they do. And it's nothing wrong with the Christians. I have nothing against the Christians because I believe that there is a number of Christians that are also going to be found in the kingdom. Those that believe in Christians, because I believe that there are those that's coming outside of Israel and Judah. They are the. I'm gonna have to get off. They are brand. They are grafted in through belief and faith, which are two also of the brands of the Most High Creator. Belief and faith is Yah's brand, and they came in through the Lion of Judah, dying for all mankind. Okay, and they are coming, being grafted in through the brand of the Father, faith and belief. So when you get here and you see in Matthew's 25 and you see verse 31, listen to what it says here. No, 32. Matthew's 25 and 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations. So that tells all these tribe of Judah, and it really the tribe of Judah. They don't want hooping and hollering, and still got it so far wrong. That's why they can't convince the other tribes anything, because they watching Judah. They watching how ugly Judah have become, and they don't want to follow him. That's why you don't hear no other tribe coming behind Judah. Y'all, you hear Judah on all the four corners, clowning, killing one another, destroying one another, taking from one another, bashing their women, all kind of things. You think other nations are gonna, other tribes out of Israel are gonna follow you? Use a fool, use a fool, use a fool. And the world is seeing how the house of Israel is through Judah. And Judah is an ugly thing today. Ooh, Judah is so ugly. And they call themselves pretty. That's the sad part about it. Okay, so I say unto you, it's more than the nations. That's how the Gentiles and the heathens and others outside of the house of Israel and tribe of Judah that will be in the kingdom. So all this clowning about who Judah is and we this, we this, we the this, we the that. Sit down, clowns. You ain't set that gold or set that example nowhere in your offsprings and your children. When you understand what our men have done as men being created, melanated men, if you do a deep study of the ugliness of our melanated men. Now, see why we can't learn who we are and we can't learn the type of people we are, because we always over on the other people trying to blame them so we can look good. And we can't see where we are looking good at all. It's because we're so busy over here trying to say, well, you talking about us and they did. Y'all didn't call me, appointed and anointed me for the heathens and Gentiles. I know what he got up for them. It's you that he called me into. That's just like Yeshua coming. He's the king he's the Lion of Judah. He's the king, and he's over here with the heathens and Gentiles, giving the heathens and Gentiles everything in what Yah has given him to give to Judah. That's just who I am. He called me to Judah. So why am I over here giving it to the heathens and Gentiles? That's the mindset. That's the mindset of Judah. They don't get what Yah has put before them to correct the walk, the talk, the act, and the wickedness that they have within them. They will rather believe a lie than to believe the truth. Shalom and shalom.